Pro player flights, carbon stems, dimples, easy flights, stem locks, cami flights, custom LoveDarts flights, L-style plastic stems, champagne caps and crystal case. A smorgasbord of L-style products to play with. Today's video is trying to show you why so many people are switching to the L-style system for their darts. The president of L-style Global, Tsuyoshi Yamasaki, I hope I said that right, sent me an L-style care package after seeing some of my videos so I could test them and give them some feedback. And Dartscorner also sent me the L-style crystal case. Having switched recently to the L-style, I was really keen to try a variety of products on offer. So let's get into the video and I hope you enjoy. So let's begin. What is L-style? L-style is the name of a brand, but it is typically associated with the stem or shaft and flight combination system. The system is most famous for the champagne caps, as you can see here. They're placed into the flight before connecting to the stem. Now these caps prevent Robin Hoods, which is when one dart is thrown into another dart and sticks into the stem. The caps, being metal, aid the dart by glancing off the champagne cap instead of getting stuck in the stem. Now, with many systems such as the 8-flight system by Target, the flight and stem combo are too heavy and weigh the dart down, so that you have a parallel entry to the board. Now this may suit some, but not for others. It's actually quite good for soft tip darts when throwing for the bull. The advantage of L-style is that it's lighter and allows for a high tail entry, which is often preferred for steel tip players. These are pro player Ryan Searle flights, which I think might be a bit more durable, but either way they use the champagne cap system that is easily identifiable by the capsize hole in the flight. There are systems like this, such as the Whizlock system, which is associated with Simon Whitlock, but that's made by Winmore. Now in this, the Cami, Dimple, Pro Flights and Custom Flights all use the champagne cap system, but the easy flights do not. They're a bit lighter and have a built-in cap, which is less fiddly but also can still have Robin Hoods as the material is not metal. Now these are my custom flights by Cree from Customdartsflights in association with Helios, who are based in the Netherlands. They kindly experimented and created a print on the most difficult flight type, which is the dimple system. Dimples work much the same as a golf ball, whereby the air that travels into the dimples slows, and as it tries to come out is pushed back into the next dimple by the faster travelling air. This reduces the tail of air behind the ball and also provides more stability, which is exactly what the dimple flights do. They did a fantastic job on the design and I'm thrilled with them. Check out both their sites in the video description after this video to find out more. Now I personally use the dimples for their stability, and they just seem to fly more consistently for me than other flights. However, I've also really enjoyed getting to know the Cami flights, which are a bit more plasticky and durable, plus they're a larger standard flight, which increases drag and stability, giving a higher tail entry, which, as you know, I prefer. Now moving on, we have the stem locks, which I've never really used before, and I'm extremely glad I came across them. You effectively push it through the cap and then screw it into your dart. This will stop your darts from unlocking if they're loose and give you more confidence that they won't come off and you won't waste time tightening them after each throw. I've used the carbon stems here that are not cheap at all, but hear me out. These stems are not very brittle, but they are durable, and I've known many players to only use one set for a whole year. What's that? A whole year, you say? Surely not. Well, with the metal champagne caps you're unlikely to get Robin Hoods, and there are very few breakages outside of that unless the stem is brittle and snaps inside the barrel of the dart. Using this lock system, look how well they hold together. I will also add that if you undo the stem again you do break the bond, so I don't recommend using the gummy stem lock stuff if you regularly change your setup. But if you want the confidence in a match or don't change often, they are fantastic. Now, with a set of carbon stems costing you £15, you might be thinking I would never pay that much for stems. But let's do the maths and look at a few factors. I put out a tweet, messaged my darts teams, spoke to a few pros, and there was such a range of answers to my question. How many stems do you use in a year? This ranged from literally 1 or 2, all the way up to 20 plus sets a year. Now with stems ranging from 20p to £30 on Dartscorner, I took the popular Target and Harrow's Super Grip stem at around £1 each. Obviously you need to be using 15 plus a year to warrant the cost, but then again, if this isn't going to break and you love the look and style of them, and you know they will actually last, then splashing out £15 isn't actually that big a deal. It took me a while to convert to the stem and to commit to the cost, because I thought I'd be opening Pandora's box and spending money on expensive flights and stems forever. But actually, it's rare I think about replacing them now. I pick up my darts and go, and there's something comforting in that. I used to get annoyed replacing flights and stems, and now it's just not an issue for me. I was always jealous of others who had the L style, thinking they had more money than sense, but now I'm converted and I can see the value and really do look premium, and create an enviable ethos about them. By the way, I really do recommend the steel caps compared to the plastic caps. It's been 6 months and I haven't Robin Hooded until today, which was on a plastic cap, not a metal cap. Let's check out the crystal case. Now these are also not cheap, but for me, having a black, red and white theme in my brand, I thought they would be superb as a pocket case when I'm playing, and Dartscorner kindly sent me it. Now I will admit, out of the box I was a bit disappointed that there wasn't more to it. It's a hard shell protective case with rubber bands to hold your darts and protect the shape and form of your moulded flights. There is an adjustable section on the case if you have a longer setup, and they also have a spare longer shell for that kind of setup. On the downside, there are no secret compartments or attachments for your spare flights, stems or accessories, albeit there's a nice binder on the side you could clip attachments to it. I like the bands, and if you could personalise it, that would really up the product for me, making it a fancy personalised case that you can chop and change segments to make the setup you want. Like I said, I'll probably keep this in my pocket for my match darts and use another case for a spare set and accessories, so it's not a one-stop solution, but it's functional for protecting a moulded setup, which is what I want, and also fits easily into my pocket. So how do they actually perform? I'll start with the easy flights. I really like the integrated cap. You slip the flight on and you're ready to go. The large standard flight provides high stability and drag, which may not be preferred as a shape for players who like speed to the board, but L-style provides alternative shapes to suit those who prefer that. They feel a bit more paper-like compared to the others, but it's by no means as soft as paper, more of a hybrid soft feel, which I quite like. If you want light, this is your best option. Whilst they are actually soft, they are strong and rigid for a true flight path. If you want more durability, you can step up to the camis. They were really surprising actually. They performed really well with consistency and didn't mark up much, showing that durability. I really enjoyed throwing them, and compared to normal paper flights, they're obviously harder and shaped, so I don't need to waste my time shaping them into the perfect cross, which for me is a blessing, as it just bugs me preparing my darts after every throw with those paper flights that can go out of shape easily. Ryan Searle Pro Player Flights next. Just look at them. I've since added these to my Loxley Ryan Searle darts, and they just rock. It was actually after throwing these that I realised the difference of the cami flights. The camis flex a bit more, and they're just more flexible plastic in their actual make compared to the rigidness of the Pro flights and the EZ flights. Compared to the EZ flights, they are a tad heavier, but not really noticeable, and this is primarily because of the steel cap, but once again this is almost insignificant as a difference. The real changes come into play when we look at the dimple flights. Once again, don't expect miracles, we are talking subtle differences here. The dimples just seem to stabilise my throw and get to the board a bit quicker. However, this is also because they are the number 6 or L3 in L style flights compared to the large standard, which in L style is known as L1. So, what do I think of L style, and should you buy them? Well, I've been an advocate of L style ever since I started using them. For me, they fly much more consistently, I waste a lot less time prepping my equipment or tightening stems, etc. And I'm forever telling people where they can get hold of L style equipment, as they love the look of them and how I set up my darts with them. In summary, it's not cheap, but you get what you pay for. Will it do the same job as a normal flight? Yes, but it will also last longer, work better, and look better, which for me means it's not even a question anymore. I head on to Dartscorner, put in my order, and smile in confidence that my equipment will not let me down. And if you're looking for that personal touch, Helios and Johnny Cree are a match made in heaven. If you want some dart custom flights, hit them up and get your own style or design made, which does not have to be L style, as they do a wider range of flights. Here's a mock-up of some of the flights Helios have done for me on a different range of L styles. I'll put in a small order soon, so if you fancy some L style flights or stems, let me know and I'll see what we can do. Here you can see the dimple cami, EZ and Pro Player or standard style with the LoveDarts logo and branding. Nice. A quick 3-month update for you here. The audio didn't record at the time of filming, but you can see clearly that there are a few trimmings on the flights, but I did not notice any effect on performance.